G'day, I'm Mike. I'm a DIY cat dad on the weekends and a computational designer during the week. And I'm Terry the Thylacine, the archetype of a typical Aussie tradie from Mike's subconscious manifested in the form of a soft toy. Today on the show, we're going to be doing some sanding with a special guest. Wood is a natural product. That means it's always defective. It's too late now to send it back to where it came from and get a refund that could be turned back into a tree, so we're going to have to do a bit of fixer-uppering. That's right. That's why I got myself one of these epoxy kits from Reving's Warehouse. Reving's Warehouse! Extortionate prices are just the beginning. The instructions say to mix 1 part bottle A to 1 part bottle B. Thing is, but when you're only doing a small amount, there's no way to get that accurate, especially when they have a different viscositude. So just dead reckon it and hope for the best. You also want mixing a bit of that jarrah dust we made in the last episode. Being an anatomically typical human with only 2 hands, there was no way I could hold a camera to film myself mixing the sticky stuff together. Luckily my neighbour Uncle Ginger rocked up just in the nick of time. We don't know his real name, but when Mike first moved into this unit block, he was growing a crop of ginger on the common land down near the washing line. So that's the name we gave him. Spread the sticky stuff into the gaps with your paddle pulp stick. Uncle Ginger doesn't speak a word of English. Luckily, he has an app on his phone that lets him translate from Chinese so he can communicate with all us squalos. Jian yi shi yong dao pian jiang huan yang shu ji gua ru feng shi zhong, as they say in Chinese. It is recommended to use a razor blade to scrape the epoxy into the gap. Alright, leave that for 24 hours to harden the fuck up. Give it a good scrape with the razor to get the worst of the most three-dimensional surface shit off first so you don't get your sander too sticky. Oi Mikey, it's the middle of a video. Isn't this normally the point where you'd sneak in some kind of cheeky attack on the organisational structures, power relationships, funding models and bureaucracy that hold back digital transformation in the AEC industry? Normally I would, Terry, but let's just take a week off. One of the funnest parts about being both a tradie and also a soft toy at the same time is that you get to ride around on the power tools. This one is called an orbital sander, and that's for a good reason. You have to be careful not to spin it too fast or you'll hurl off into space. Whee! That's so smooth you can feel it with your eyeballs. Spending so much time sanding means I get covered in dust. They don't make masks in my size, but luckily I don't have any lungs. Once you've done the top, it's time to do the legs. Make sure you don't oversand. You want to sand each face of the leg with different grades of sandpaper. First let it go through 120 to sand off the epoxy, then you go 180 a bit smoother, and then 240 to make it really smooth. Sometimes you fuck up the sanding so hard that the sandpaper itself gets caught in splinters in the wood. Then you got to chisel it out with these tools we took from Japan. Epoxy it again. Smooth it with the orbital sander. Oil it again. It'll take a couple more goes of the oil. This is tongue oil. It's called that because it's made out of the tongues of people who wouldn't shut up. Gotta get out of the way before you get wet. Oh, just a little taste. Oranges. I'll do this bit, Terry. Bit hard for you to hold a brush, mate. Mike's dad Bill built this thing to hold the legs while we oil those too. That's all for today, guys. Join me next time as we try and carry this bastard upstairs. Bye everyone! Thanks again, Uncle Ginger. Yeah.